Today I am going to paint this wood stove. I'm going to paint it stove black, but before I do that I need to do a lot of preparation work. This stove is very rusty, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that wire brush there to brush down the flaky rust, and then I'm going to clean the surface with the rust off product to remove all the rust stains that were left. And then I'll finish it off with the Krylon high heat spray paint. Hopefully we can get this all cleaned up and look into. I'm going to stop brushing first. Just to remove all that flaky rust. Once we get all the flake rust off, it's time to start applying the rust off and washing it down. And we'll remove all the rust stains and we'll be left with a clean surface to paint. Now I have it totally soaking in the rust off right now, letting it eat away at the rust. It's all soaking. I'm just going to let it sit on there and keep it spraying it to keep it wet. And then I'll wipe it all off with a rag. Towel it dry, let it sit, and then I'll paint it. Just wiping off all the rust stains now. All the rust, surface rust is coming off. Get it down to bare metal. So here is the wood stove after it has been wire brushed and the rust off applied heavily, and then I wiped everything off, preparing the surface to be painted. You can see it's a very light shade now, really dry, no rust at all. Nice and clean on there. So there's no rust at all on here, you know. Can't see any rust coming off anymore. The surface is all, it doesn't need to be cleaned with another acid or anything to prepare it for the paint. The rust off does all that for you, so that eliminates another step. This stove, once it fully dries, you know, is ready to paint. Alright, at this point I'm going to apply the paint. I got a high heat radiator paint, black, that I'm going to use. And I also added a new spray gun tip. It's plastic and they're inexpensive, but it makes applying the product a whole lot easier and it goes on evenly. A stove this size will probably take about 2 cans of paint. Okay, I've just put the first coat of paint on it. It's getting kind of late out and the sun is setting, but you can see that it's a nice shiny black now. And it's starting to look really nice. But it's looking nice and shiny and black. I'm going to put one more final coat on it, and that will wrap it up. It will be done and complete at that point.